Hey, welcome to the very first Warfare Parenting Podcast, and I am so glad you have joined us. I wanted to draw a picture of what is coming up in the upcoming episodes, and you will love it. We will battle the most pressing topics facing our teens and young adult prodigals, and how we as parents can best help them. You are not alone facing the giants of addictions, depression, cutting, and more, trying to destroy our prodigals. Whether or not you are the parent or a teacher or have nieces, nephews, these struggles facing our teens and young adults matter to us. How do we help them? How do we fight better? My three kids are now all young adults. Each one of them battled some very dark challenges: sex, drugs, alcohol, porn, depression, and more. These are the issues that we have got to take seriously. When I was in the war zone with my three children, I was not sure they would ever be well. As a parent of a prodigal, I would cry out to God and ask, please keep my kids alive until the age of 25. I had read so much about the brain and how the frontal lobe didn't fully develop until the mid-20s. So I would pray that God would help me to get them to the age of 25 when they would be better equipped to make better choices. Today, all three have overcome and are living successfully. They're free, they're whole, and they have healed lives. This is a deep passion of mine to help other parents that are in the battle for their kids' lives and need help. I want to come alongside them to encourage, cultivate hope, give all the resources and tools to equip them for the battle. And I want to fight with you. We are going to win the victory over spiritual warfare, over our teens and young adult prodigals. We will bring them back home. Perhaps, maybe you have a child like mine who was once living in the way you'd hoped, but now has made bad choices. Our story begins with me sitting in my recliner on a Mother's Day, sobbing hysterically. My dreams, my inspirations, and my aspirations for all my children, they laid in tattered pieces. Truly awful thoughts were circling over in my mind. Are my children going to survive? Will they live to be 25? Will my sons end up dead, addicted, or in prison? Will my daughter find true happiness and worth? My heart was shattered into a million pieces. I didn't know how I could go on, but I knew that I somehow had to keep moving. I know from experience that there is nothing worse than seeing our children following the path we prayed for daily, then unexpectedly having them watch and fall backwards. The disappointments can be paralyzing. The children we once knew seemed to have it all, but it disappeared. Gone is the joy, the laughter, the trust, and hopeful future we spent so much time daydreaming about. In its place is a fear and a dread of what might be coming next. Perhaps my stories resonate with you as a parent. If so, then it's time to separate the behavior from the child. The angels of darkness, also known as demons, are our true enemy, not our children. It's hard to keep this in the forefront of our minds as our children's eyes turn cold and we feel as though they are totally disconnected from the love we continually offer. But it's imperative that we do. It's true that they are not totally blameless in their actions, but they are also being guided by powers they are probably not even aware of. We will mix the spiritual perspective with the therapeutic side, with experts from various fields weighing in on the struggles that prodigal teen and young adults face. You know, the war is real. We've got incredible guests for our premiere season. We will be talking to Adam Comer all about addictions and his powerful testimony over drugs and so much more. We have Tina Yeager, a licensed counselor. She shares all about anorexia and her victory over the eating disorder and how to help others. We talk about unexpected pregnancies and how to love and support these young mothers and dads. We have Lori Wildenberg. She comes on and shares about suicide. Her own daughter had an unsuccessful suicide attempt, and she comes in and shares with us about this testimony and about what to look for and how we can find resources. I have Dina Yohe, a ministry leader, and she talks all about cutting and more, and through her personal testimony with her daughter and the resources that we can find. It's all about healing journeys. And so this is a passion. And I want to tell you, this is a call on my life to help in every way that I can other parents who are fighting hell over their prodigal teens and young adults. In each episode, there will be a frank and honest confession. There will be transparent stories, life-changing applications that offer spiritual solutions. Yes, spiritual solutions to help maneuver this battle as we war emotionally, physically, psychologically, and spiritually for our prodigals. Does this sound familiar? It's another new day with another sleepless night because our child didn't make it home. Our stomachs are upset and our nerves are shot. Emotions are at an all-time high, and fear once again has overcome us. Of course, our trust with our prodigal is broken again. We have no idea how we're ever going to rebuild it. Instinctively, we know that this is the time to trust God yet again. But how do we continue to do this over and over? You see, my heart has been broken into a million pieces by my own prodigal children way too many times. But now I can share the hope and inspiration and the tools and the applications to help you find victory for your children too. Parenting is hard, and there is not one perfect parent. The only perfect one is our Father that exists in heaven. Father God himself, the creator of all, the father of all of us, and the father of our children too. Even God, the perfect Father, had two children, Adam and Eve, who disobeyed and made self-destructing choices. When we truly understand this, then we realize that God has a plan for all of us. And he loves us extravagantly, even when we are in sin and run from him. He never quits pursuing us or loving us. Give yourself some grace. I'm breathing in God's grace right now. No one is perfect. There are no perfect parents with perfect kids. But together, we can walk this battle out, fighting for all of our children, especially our prodigal teens and young adults. And we will win the spiritual war. And what I can tell you is that a lot of people ask me, how did all three of your children find themselves and find victory? In each episode, we will reveal more ways to understand and implement so that you can find more information, applications, tools, encouragement, and know that you are not alone in this battle. Together, we will win the spiritual war over our teens and young adults so that they can live free, whole, and healed. Thank you for listening today. I want to hear from you. I want to be here to support you too. Please text Hi Lane to 55444. That's HILAINE to 55444. And we can connect. I want you to be a part of this conversation too. I want to hear your struggles and your powerful. I want to hear your testimonies of victory too. I need your help. Please subscribe to this podcast. I don't want you to miss a single episode. So subscribe right now. Push the button to subscribe. And please share this podcast with anyone in a battle with a teen or young adult prodigal. I'm so glad you're here. And together we can win this spiritual war and be a part of the warfare parenting community. I love y'all. See you next episode.